Are demons being used for warfare? Like, are they being used in war? Well, there are some released CIA documents and books on this that is quite concerning. In 1975, the CIA released documents about the hearings of the Subcommittee of Health and Scientific Research. Now, this seems a little mundane, benevolent, but then you start reading and you start talking about the scientists that were involved in this and some of the books that were written. Now, in this released declassified CIA document, it does talk about MK Ultra right here, which is an experiment that was done in the early 1950s, kind of like starting, that's when it was documented. And what they did was they administered drugs to people and took over their minds or hypnotized them in order to get them to do certain things. A lot of people have alleged that this happened to Britney Spears and different stuff like that, maybe celebrities. And be that as it might, this is actual documentation that at least it did happen on a very high governmental level. Well, technically the CIA isn't the government, but yeah. So this document just talks about MK Ultra and the different things that they did within the intelligence agency. And it continues to talk about how drugs can manipulate someone's behavior on many levels in this document. There was an American chemist named Sidney Gottlieb. He was a spy master for the CIA. He actually was in control as the top leading chemist for MK Ultra in the 1950s. This was the main guy in charge of all of that research. Then there was a guy named Gordon Thomas, who was an investigative journalist who did a lot of exposés on the Mossad, on the CIA, espionage, historical disasters. He wrote over 50 books and sold 45 million copies worldwide. So in his book, Secrets and Lies, it describes the CIA's operation regarding MK Ultra didn't just stop at the regular person. It went on to something far more devious and far more extreme. So that doctor that we showed, Dr. Sidney Gottlieb, or however you say his name, he wanted to explore the world of black magic and harness the forces of darkness and challenge the concepts that the inner reaches of the mind are beyond reach. So as part of this operation, which kind of sounds MK Ultra-y already, he instead didn't use the average person. He used fortune tellers, clairvoyants, astrologers, mediums, psychics, specialists in demonology, witches and wizards, Satanists, and other occult practitioners. And more. I don't know what could be more from that, but I guess whatever. And since he was working with the CIA, basically, he was giving all of this information to the government. I mean, the CIA isn't connected to a government agency, but they're working together. Why would they need demonologists in this MK Ultra experiment? Well, in this book, they were saying that basically he tried to use those witches and warlocks to get the most powerful demons that they could find in the spirit world to use for warfare and to win, basically, all the wars. He tried to use these people who were already cultivated in the spiritual realm to go a little bit deeper and to grab these demons and have them do their bidding on Earth. Recently, we've been hearing a lot about this particular demon, Baal, which it seems like a lot of the Predator class prays to, worships, what have you, which is why people have been like burning this statue across the world, because it seems like Baal is the one that is in control of a lot of things on Earth. It's not too far-fetched that they would use another demon for warfare. By the way, let's close up on this star on the forehead and let me know in the comments what you think that looks like. Yeah. Now described as Operation Often, the experiments with drugs on humans, again, not just regular humans, but they just say, oh, it's just regular humans. They said that they experimented on humans and animals, but they admit to be affiliated with MK Ultra as well. There was definitely something far more egregious going on than just MK Ultra in this situation, according to this investigative journalist who's been able to prove most of his sources. I mean, you guys know about CERN, right? They've been trying to find the God particle for many years, and they claim to have already found it. What are they doing besides just like scientific stuff to find the God particle. If you do something very specific like that, it's quite possible to open up a portal. Why were these people outside of CERN, these scientists cloaked, and what looked like a sacrifice was happening right in front of the God statue that's outside of CERN? Now, in the media, they said this thing that was caught on camera was a fake human sacrifice filmed outside of CERN with pranking scientists as being the suspects. So they're saying that their humor went too far and they staged an occult rite. But then why? Why would they put a God statue at CERN? And this is a God that opens portals and connects worlds. Why would they put that God statue outside of CERN? This isn't just a prank for the day. This is a statue that's outside of CERN all the time. It's a permanent fixture. Why would they do that and then stage a fake sacrifice of them somebody's neck outside of CERN, cloaked in black robes? Y'all, they are doing something. Hello. And this probably isn't the first time that human beings have tried to use demons in warfare. It seems like a lot of historical documents and a lot of things, even in religious documents and religious texts, seem to kind of allude to different things like that. I just find it interesting that the United States has not won a single war since before Vietnam, because they didn't even win Vietnam. Every single war has kind of just faded out. Are these demons losing power? And why? Let me know what you think in the comments. And I guess if you don't follow me, follow, subscribe, like this video so I come up in your algorithm. We talk about a whole bunch of different stuff all the time that is very interesting, like this video here. Don't forget to comment, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.